3. If you are dropped or out of contention, you will be pulled from the race, so keep that in mind. Your neutral service pit is behind you, actually directly behind you on the left-hand side. If you have a mechanical or flat tire, make sure to be able to go by there, take your free lap, and then re-enter into the race. Give or take about 5 minutes after your race, we're going to do our podium. So keep that in mind as we're coming up on 1 minute out. Riders, we are 30 seconds out. It's time to clip in, buckle up, and zip up those jerseys. We are getting ready for day number 3 of Tulsa Tough. Like to recognize Hogan Sills on the front row, your overall Omnium leader. And riders, you are going to be listening to the whistle in 3, 2, 1. We are underway. Cheer them on. It's our category 1-2.
We're going to page for Diego Duran to the podium, please. Diego Duran, third place on the day today, to the podium. Here at the start-finish line of media, please. Looking for Diego Duran to the podium, please. Meanwhile, Frontier 1-2 is back through. Sam Aiken for the Apex Cycling Team, presented by Old Fort, setting tempo early on here. Those pink jerseys, they've been a super strong team over the last 2 days of racing, and now looking to put on a third day of a strong performance here. Talking about that Apex Cycling Team with Samuel Aiken on the front.
One of our largest fields that we have. I talked about 125 riders, and they're immediately attacking up Crybaby Hill. It's a day for the climbers. If you have those climbing legs, you want to be able to take advantage of that. Not waiting around, attacking immediately, second time up the climb. And that is going to be Andrea Brew from VeloVit Elite. That is a team out of Idaho, 29 years old, trying to be able to get a gap. Ideally, he wants 2 or 3 riders to come with him. Now that he's over the top, he's got to kind of wait and see. Who else has the strength to be able to go with Brew?
New move coming off the front from Andre Abreu for the VeloVit Elite Team. Guy in pink and blue coming down the start-finish stretch right now. Got a nice little gap going. 4 minutes in.
Keep her going, keep her going.
James Grady winning our style competition out here at Tulsa Tough.
In our last race, we saw multiple times with breakaways trying to be able to go up the road and getting reeled back in. We're going to see the same thing with our Category 1, too. But if you're around, time to be able to make your way to the street. Fans, friendly, and spectators, it is time for our podium for our Category 3 men.
We'll start with third place on the day. First up to the podium, your bronze medalist. We say congratulations to Diego Duran, third place today. Second place up next, joining Diego, it'll be Christian Hofstra. And top step of the podium, your winner today. Give it up for Aiden Wyant. We'll get a picture with our top three and present them their podium prizes. Each podium receives a sterling silver St. Francis Tulsa Tough pennant, courtesy of Diamond Cellar. Aiden Wyant also going to get his race winner's jersey. He'll zip that up. We'll get one more photo with Aiden, Christian, and Diego. Category 1-2 men out there right now. These guys have the top 2 levels of racing license in their USA Cycling Racing categories. And look at this little split forming on the front here. We'll call that 5 guys clear. 8 trying to chase. And then a big split back to the rest of the field. They're panicking, trying to figure out what to do. Hogan Sills looking for a little bit of help. Your Omnium leader. Maybe looking at some of his opponents rolling away up the road here. So you'll see that guy in the pink and white Tulsa Tough overall leader's jersey fighting to get up to this group now. We'll see if that still exists after another time up Crybaby Hill here. I've seen a familiar name up to the front, Robert Oehler, number 299 here in the winning breakaway yesterday in the 1-2 race. Oehler, super strong. I would expect him to be in the finishing conversation today. He'll be one of the last 5 guys left in this race. So some dangerous riders moving away up the front. This field's got to be worried about what they're seeing now. Couple more tacking onto this group. It's getting bigger and bigger with each passing lap as the selection being forced down here on the line. Last guy's trying to go across right here on the line. Sills still on the wrong side of it, but not panicking yet. He'll be just fine. Because Hogan Sills will be able to jump across this gap if he wants to. What he's hoping, though, is that he doesn't have to. He's hoping he can save some energy by not forcing this move. But Robert Oehler and company up here in the front going to have another plan. See, this Super Squadra rider is. So it's going to be Oehler and Archer Myers, number 294 there for the Super Squadra team out of Texas. The 17-year-old getting to the front of this 1-2 group. And now third rider going to make it up. So that is Micah Sanchez, the team 6 rider, who has now joined that breakaway. So go ahead and call it 3 up the road. We should see them rolling back through the line here shortly. All right, so now Myers, Oehler, and Sanchez, your 3 in the breakaway here. Just under 12 minutes in. Rest of the field going single file through the line here. Chase is on. These guys certainly working to bring this one back, even across the bottom of the course here. Micah Sanchez going to lead them up to the top of the climb. Oehler open up a little gap off the front of his breakaway group. Remember earlier it was Archer Myers, Robert Oehler, and Micah Sanchez, the 3 up there. But now Robert Oehler going to go on the attack here. Bold move, Frankie.
He's not waiting around as though, again, taking a win. You got the confidence. He's saying, hey, if you want to be able to go, you got to be able to keep up. That's what's happening right now.
Group of 3 back through now, starting to get locked in here, dialed in, as looks like Oler is going to be happy to work with these guys, at least at this point. He tried to leave them behind once already, was unsuccessful, and now they come back into the fold. Looks like they're going to work together against this group. Racing for 4th place on down, hitting the line right now, 16 minutes into our 60-minute race for the category 1-2 men. So again, working on a time-based system here at Tulsa Tough. What they're going to do is let these guys race for something like 20 or 25 minutes. They'll figure out an average lap time while they're racing, and then the officials up here on stage will do the math to figure out how many laps will get these guys as close to 60 minutes as possible. So they let them race for a little bit so they get a good average lap time. And then since these guys graduated from college, we let them do the math equations up here.
Sitting on the back of that group right now, Team 6, it's Micah Sanchez. That's a team out of California, 20 years old, as he managed to get himself in that break. Main thing to pay attention to is the size of the gap. It's not really increasing. Right now, holding steady right at about 6 seconds, 6 to 7 seconds. That's what you're looking for, as we're going to see if these guys are able to bring it back. A lot of racing still to go. Remember, they're racing for 60 minutes. We are only 20 minutes into the race. Riders, you got one rider coming up. He's about 4 seconds back on you. That's a nice bridge. You got about a 6-second gap on the main field as he looks over his shoulder to confirm that.
Ben Boroff trying to go across here for the Velovit Elite Racing Team, coming out of Idaho. right, getting ready to ring up a $100 cash premium. Going to ring this one up to our leaders, courtesy of Bicycles of Tulsa. Bicycle Tulsa has been a big contributor to the preems at Tulsa Tough from the very beginning. They call these $100 preems their little preems. Just getting started here. Our friends Todd Swain started Bicycle Tulsa back in 1996, along with Scott Eckes back in 1998. Those guys truly committed to the local bike community, so be sure to show them some love and go visit Bicycles of Tulsa. Throwing up a $100 cash premium that we're going to get ready to ring up to our 3 leaders. We're going to test the mettle of these guys, see if they're going to cooperate and split this money, or if there's someone in this group that might break rank for $100 cash. We'll see. Frankie's got a bell ringer ready to go. And we got a breakaway ready to go. Let's let them know. Attention riders, I got a $100 cash premium to the winner of the next lap. Full race, 100 cash, full race, 100 cash, $100 cash premium, full race, guys. 100 cash to the winner of the next lap. Full race, 100 cash up the road, $100 cash premium on the line. Boroff still stuck in the gap. About 20 seconds, the gap here as your field makes its way back down. Guys, well, there is a preem up the road. Full race preem live. Leaders are eligible. These guys are straight chilling. You can see a noticeable speed difference across the start-finish line between the field and the breakaway. And I think a lot of riders back in that main field are starting to realize it now and leave them behind. Meanwhile, leaders on to Crybaby Hill. Oler going to lead them up and over.
That rider in the semi-purple jersey, that's Oler. He is your winner from yesterday, riding away from everyone, all by himself. It was an incredible ride, so he finds himself in the breakaway trying to go 2 for 2 if he can win here on Crybaby Hill, but he's got a couple young riders that are with him. Talking about Archer Myers. Myers is only 17 years old, and Sanchez is 20 years old. Myers is the rider in the red jersey. The 3 riders looking over their back. They have about a 6-second gap, and that chaser struggling to try to get on there. Ben Boroff, I don't think, is closing down that gap to be able to get in with the leaders as we come up on our 24-minute mark.
Yeah, those 3 guys redouble their efforts. They're hitting it hard, and Boroff now completely out of the picture. He's going to pull the plug. He's given up on trying to join this group.
So this is a little bit of a test. We're going to see if our 3 riders are going to sprint. Big thank you, Katie, our official bell ringer for our preem. $100 on the line for our leaders.
Sanchez looking over the shoulder like he's expecting a preem. Here comes Myers opening up the sprint. Oler going to get there to the front, and he'll hold on. Robert Oler, $100 richer.
Test passed.
Robert Oler's got to be feeling good. After a win yesterday, a sprint like that across the line, you're starting to measure yourself up against these other 2 guys in the breakaway, and I think Oler likes what he's seeing. Remember, he attacked earlier in the day out of this breakaway, and no one was able to go with him. He got away solo and then rolled back in. I wonder if that was just a little test to see how the other guys in the breakaway were feeling, but either way, this is like Robert Oler's bus. He's driving, the other guy's just sitting in.
Our 3 riders right now with about a 20-second lead. Ben Boroff, who was trying to be able to bridge that gap, he sat up, got reeled back in. Didn't quite work out for the Velovit rider, 19 years old. So he's going to have to hope that there's some chasing coming from the main group. How are there fresh legs in the main field? Is someone going to be able to start chasing this thing down? Because otherwise our 3 leaders are just going to ride away with this bike race. Don Thornton Automotive Group, thank you very much for the support of all the pace cars here at all 3 days of our St. Francis Tulsa Tough. As we entered into our 18th year in finishing up right here on Crybaby Hill. Riders' lap cards are up, 17 laps to go. Lap cards are up, 17 laps to go. Time gap, 25 seconds.
Just 17 more times up the hill, right? All you got to do is hold on to this 25-second gap. Front of your field rolling through. Gentlemen, check the counter. We're showing 17 to go. 25 seconds is your gap at 17 to go. 25 seconds, 17 to go. 25 seconds is the gap. 17 laps to go. Guys, count laps at 17 to go.
Hey, if you happen to check your pockets, if you lost a Chevy car key, you're not getting home because I have it. I'm going to walk around and start pushing this button and see what beeps, and I'm going to have a ride. Anyways, if you're in earshot and you lost your Chevy key, come on by. I am. Wow, we had 3 riders, now we're down to 2. Archer Myers, I don't know if he went into the pit or got dropped, but right now, 15 laps to go. 15 to go, 15 to go. They have not come around that final turn yet. Still no sign of the riders, and now they come around. So we can gauge that gap. They get about 10 meters past our finish line, and then our field comes around that final turn as they get ready. 15 to go, 15 laps to go. That's Liam Bartman on the Team Sound Pony, 19 years old, leading the charge.
field up on Crybaby Hill, and we're getting ready to ring our preem bell down here. This time going to throw out $200 cash. We're going to do that to the field because I have a feeling these two leaders would just split the money. So in the spirit of getting a good sprint out of them, we'll ring the field preem next time through. Looks like one of the Sound Pony guys attacking the group. All right, here's the front of your field up and around the final turn. Let's get that bell ring and let those riders know. Attention riders, we got a $200 field preem on the line. Field preem starting right here. $200 cash starting right here. Field preem, guys. Field preem on the line. 200 cash for the field. 200 for the field starting right here. 200 cash for this field right here, guys. 200 cash. Got some riders interested. A couple guys looking around, having a chat. Looks like Automatic Avis going to get to the front here. Maybe try and hold on for a little payday.
Riders right now in the backstretch getting ready to come over top of Crybaby Hill. 3 riders are down to 2 riders as they're trying to be able to stay away. Your winner from yesterday in that pink jersey, pink and blue jersey, he's on the front right now trying to be able to keep the pace going. Can he make it 2 in a row? Leaders getting ready to be able to come through. They are going to see 13 laps to go. Your gap has increased to 35 seconds. 35 seconds, 13 laps to go. Now we have 1 rider right in the middle trying to be able to bridge the gap. At least he was last lap, waiting for him to be able to come around. Here comes that Sound Pony rider. He's going to need all the encouragement you can give him. Cheer him on. Trying to go across to get up to the leaders. An incredible move. So that's going to be Liam Bartman. There's our preem winner right there. Look at how much time did they just bring back?
A lot. 293. Going to pick up the $200 cash preem. That'll be Alexander Munter out of Illinois. $200 richer.
Big thank you to Julie, our expert bell ringer, for our preem, as you just awarded $200. Liam Bartman on that Sound Pony team, 19 years old, trying to be able to hold off that charging field, but that preem, we lit a fire under them right now. They closed down almost 15 seconds in 1 lap, getting ready to reel everybody back in but our 2 leaders.
Now a couple Apex riders attacking the field. These are the teammates of Robert Oehler going on the attack right now up the front of the main group. They're going to try and go right by Bartman here. Boy, this will be interesting. Apex using their numbers to their advantage today. That is for sure.
Yeah, the other rider, Micah Sanchez, is the other rider in the break. And I think they've been pretty much exchanging the workload pretty evenly. It's each rider coming to the front, pushing through the wind. It's a little bit gusty around here. That's a little bit different than what we've had on some of our other days. Also, this cloud cover, very different as well. 12 to go, riders, 12 to go. Sanchez looks to be just as strong as our winner from yesterday with Oehler. Pedal stroke with pedal stroke as these two riders continue to distance themselves. They're getting ready to go around turn number 1, and now the riders are coming around that final turn. Gaps come down only slightly. 25-second gap still. Two riders up the road, 25 seconds.
So now Bartman joined by those two riders. Saw Spencer Miller tacking onto the back, number 290 for the Apex Cycling Team, presented by Old Fort. And the rest of the field rolling through behind them. All right, leaders coming back through. They're going to be looking at 11 laps to go on the counter. 11 to go, riders. 11 laps to go. 11 to go for your two leaders on the front, Sanchez and Oehler. Oehler in the pink jersey for Apex. Sanchez in the black and white for Team 6. And then behind them, we'll be looking at the chase as Bartman has now been joined by the two Apex riders. And we'll see when they come through if he's still with them. Still got him to the bottom of the hill here. About 30 seconds, the gap here.
Nice move going across. Antonio Torres paying attention. Team Mike Bikes, 23 years old, is that orange jersey. I think he read the race pretty good there. Torres needs to be able to get across to these guys because these Apex riders don't seem like they're waiting around. Even though they have a teammate in the front, I think they're trying to be able to sweep the podium. Torres has to be able to get up there, getting down. The laps are gradually starting to come down. When they come around, it's going to be 10 laps to go.
Near Dano also up there, the other Apex cycling rider, along with Spencer Miller in the chase here. Leader's going to take us down to 10 laps to go. Robert Oehler and Micah Sanchez. And these guys still taking turns doing work for each of them, so they are still cooperating in that group of two. Sanchez contributing here. I think Oehler might be doing a little bit more work, but you do what you can in this situation. And it doesn't look like Robert Oehler is super worried about getting rid of Micah Sanchez anytime soon, so they're still cooperating. And remember, Oehler, a little bit ago, had two riders on the way up. Going to check on their situation at the front as they come back through the line. They're starting to roll back into the group. So reinforcements not on the way for Robert Oehler because Henry Dunkelberger is on the front of the field for Groove Subaru, that Colorado-based squad in the red jersey there. Sanchez down to 9 laps to go. Gap throwing those guys safely away. They don't need to worry about being caught at this point. They can start playing games, start trying to figure out who's going to go 1 and 2 in this group. Leaders rolling back through the line, seeing 9 laps to go. Make a little noise for them down here in the start and finish stretch. These guys working hard in this breakaway, and they are starting to feel this one. You can see 8 to go on the lap counter. And now Frankie has found himself a new bell ring. I heard some practice rings, and they were very promising, so we're looking forward to this one as we get ready to ring up a $100 cash premium to the next riders through, courtesy of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough Volunteers. This is going to be a good one. Nice little split off the front. We'll see how motivated these guys are as we get that bell ringing. Tension riders, we get a $100 cash premium for the field starting right here, guys. 100 cash starting right here. $100 cash for the field starting right here. $100 cash. Riders, 100 cash, 100 cash. Field premium, gentlemen, field premium, 100 cash for the field. Set up a nice little mini battle out there on course for $100. We're also monitoring the overall battle happening out there between Hogan Sills and Dante Young. Sills leading the Omnium here by just 1 point over Dante Young, and Young has been marking Hogan Sills all day. He hasn't gone more than 3 or 4 places behind Sills, so there are sort of 2 battles being fought. There's the battle for the race win, but then there's also the battle for the Omnium, the war, I guess you'd call it, here at Tulsa Tough.
We got $100 getting ready to be able to come up. Elam, excellent job ringing that bell, our official bell ringer for the $100 preem as our leaders are getting ready to come. I noticed, though, for one rider, he's in a heap of trouble. Steve Carlucci from Fount Cycling Guild, I think his battery went out and he's stuck in the small chain ring. He's spinning at about 110 RPMs trying to be able to keep up right now.
Joys of electronic shifting.
Come on, Tulsa, cheer them on. 7 laps to go. They've been out there for about 15 laps. They're doing an incredible job. Their gap is not coming down, so it looked like it's going to come down to a showdown. It's going to be a matchup between our 2 leaders. Talked about our winner yesterday doing an incredible ride going solo from Apex, Robert Oler, and then Micah Sanchez. That rider out of California, only 20 years old, is right now we're waiting for the main field to come through. $100 available to the rider that crosses the line, and guess what? Money in the pocket. I think it was Isaac Bailey picking that up. Dirt Camp Racing as the 18-year-old now trying to be able to bridge the gap. Rider 7 to go, 7 to go, 7 laps to go. Hey, once again, if you lost your car key, check your pockets. If you lost your car key, come on by. And also, I'm looking... Madison Malaxe, are you in the area? Madison Malaxe. Come on by. Madison Malaxe, come on by the announcing stage. 6 to go, 6 to go. So our 2 riders are gone, but remember, podium up for grabs, that 3rd place spot on the podium. You definitely want to get on the podium sometime here at Tulsa Tough, and it's the last chance for all of these riders. 6 to go, 6 to go, 6 laps to go, 6 laps to go. In the middle of this group, Hogan Sills, your overall Omnium leader, is sitting in there. Dante Young sitting 1 point back. It's all going to come down to the final sprint. I'll try to point out who those 2 riders are. They're in the main group, and they're waiting to try to be able to make their mark a little bit later on in this race. So the overall Omnium standings, 1 point difference as we come into day number 3, and it's going to come down to the final sprint. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that free laps are over, so if there's any kind of crash or a flat tire, that's just bad luck. 5 to go, 5 to go, free laps are over, free laps are over, still with a massive gap of over 30 seconds as our leaders roll through. Right behind them, we had 3 chasers, only about 5 seconds in front of the main group, and then everybody's going to be coming through, trying to be able to set themselves up. It starts to be the fight for position. You want to be near the front during these last 4 laps. You don't want to try to move up on the last lap. It's way too difficult a race course to be able to save all your energy to be able to do one final move up on that last lap. Gentlemen, it's 5 laps to go. Free laps are over. Free laps are over. It's 5 laps to go. There's Hogan Sills going through in that multicolored jersey, and right behind him, Dante Young in a red jersey from the Miami Blazers, only 1 point back in the Omnium.
Front group rolling back through, going to take us down to 4 to go on the counter. Ohlers leading the way through. Sanchez looking strong, hanging in there. This one's going to be a great finish between these two. They've done the work that they need to do. That will be 1 and 2 today. Those guys are not getting caught. And now the game becomes, how do you beat the other guy in the breakaway? The classic tactic here is to stop working. Let the other guy lead the way and draft off of him. But I think what Robert Oehler is going to try and do is make this a competition of fitness. Oehler is going to try and hit this the entire time and see if he can just get rid of Sanchez. I think he believes that he is stronger than Sanchez in this scenario, and he's going to try and ride him right off his wheel in these next 4 laps. Meanwhile, rest of the field rolling through the line. Miami Blazers putting one up on the front. It's going to be Oscar Heroes. There's a good look at Oscar. And now these guys going to be racing for 3rd place on down in this group. Again, no chance of them catching 1 and 2 up the road. But Heroes going to be riding for his teammate Dante Young. Young currently sitting 2nd place overall. He needs to beat the Omnium leader Hogan Sills here if he wants to pick up the Omnium here on the last day. There's a great battle unfolding there with, again, just 1 point in between Sills and Young. And so that's what Heroes is doing on the front here. He's going to be setting up his teammate Dante Young to try to get the best result possible for him.
Riders, you're seeing 3 laps to go, 3 to go. A little bit of strategy and tactics they got to be able to feel. Just like Brad was saying, do you stay together? Do you want to let it come down to a sprint? How confident are you in the speed in your legs after 2 full days of racing in a very hard breakaway? That rider sitting in the back, the young 20-year-old Micah Sanchez, races a lot of the year for Marion University out of Indiana. Coming off recently off a 2nd at the Purdue Criterium. So he's going to have a little bit of confidence, has some results under his legs. Also just recently coming back from Collegiate Nationals, top 20 at Collegiate Nationals. And the strongman now trying to be able to test the legs as Oehler keeps stretching it out. You can see Oehler is trying to be able to keep the pace going. He's pushing it every single time on the uphill. He's trying to see if he can crack Sanchez. Riders, 3 to go, 3 laps to go.
Car behind you, car behind you, car behind you. Car behind you, car behind you, car behind you. 3 to go, 3 to go, 3 to go.
Hey, they're slowing up in front of you. They're spread out across the road. You got a chance to get back on there. Right now with our 2 leaders, I have no idea how this is going to be able to play out. Robert Oehler in that kind of pink and blue jersey, the 26-year-old. He had a win yesterday. Micah Sanchez, the 20-year-old, racing for Team 6. That's a team out of California, but he is from Indiana area, and they have not been able to separate themselves. I have not seen any sign of weakness from either of these 2 riders, Brad.
No. And now Sanchez, I think, trying to show a little strength here, playing poker a little bit with Oehler, saying, look, you're not going to get rid of me. You are not that strong. Turn into a great battle here on the front. Oehler in the pink, Sanchez in the black and white, seeing 2 laps to go.
So our 2 leaders right now trying to be able to figure out how they can win day number 3 of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough. And our podium up for grabs. 1 rider out of here is going to get himself onto the podium for the day. But remember, there's 2 riders in this group for the overall, for the Omnium Championship. They are only 1 point separating them. So whoever can cross the line first is going to become your Tulsa Tough champion. You're going to see them when they come by. They're probably sitting in the top 5. One has a multicolored jersey, and then there's a guy in a red jersey following him. Those are the 2 riders. And 1, 2. They're on this side right here, kind of in the pink and white coming through. Number 319, as they have 2 to go riders.
Dante Young still locked directly onto the wheel of Hogan Sills. Remember, we're watching really two finishes today. We'll watch the finish on the front of the bike race between Oler and Sanchez, but then we're looking at the overall battle between Young and Sills. All right, Tulsa, front of your group, rolling back through the line as we get ready to send them out for one lap to go. We'll get our last lap bell ringing as Oler and Sanchez try to figure out the last day of Tulsa Tough. It's one lap to go. One to go, gentlemen. One to go, one to go, one to go. Now watching Oler watch Sanchez here, constantly looking over the shoulder. He's just waiting to get jumped. See him looking over every time he gets a chance. He's looking under the shoulder, over the shoulder. Field rolling through now. They're going to get the bell for one lap to go as well here on the line. One to go, guys. One lap to go on the line. One to go, riders. One to go, one to go, one to go. Significantly depleted field left in this one for the 1-2s. Races on for third place. Apex going to try and go 2 spots on the podium here. They're getting their guys up to the front.
Man, flying on the inside, I saw Hogan Sills, that overall Omnium champion, trying to be able to get up. Look at this, a big attack coming from the young 20-year-old, trying to be able to get into the turn first. That's what he wants to do.
Micah Sanchez launching the attack up the hill. Oler steady, not falling for it yet. And this could be a race-winning bit of patience here by Robert Oler.
Oler, we don't know what kind of speed he has because he went solo yesterday. He was riding by himself. Now he's coming down the hill with one other rider, so it's going to come down to a sprint. They're risking it all out of the final turner, and here they come. Leading him out is Micah Sanchez.
Sanchez will start it. Oler trying to get there. He will not. And Micah Sanchez will win day number 3. Robert Oler goes second. And now we await the field sprint for third.
Oler could be feeling the legs from yesterday's because that was an incredible effort in the heat. A tough ride, but what an incredible win for Micah Sanchez. Podium up for grabs right now. Now we have this rider coming in. He's going to put himself on the podium. Pay attention to your overall. Here comes Hogan Sills and Dante Young. And that will be enough to be able to put Dante Young in your overall champion's jersey unofficially. A changing for the overall on the final day here at Tulsa.
All right, we are going to try and go straight to podium for our category 1-2. So we'll be looking for Oler and Sanchez back to the podium. Going straight to podium for our category 1-2 riders. To podium immediately, please.